reminder. Myself Ritik Bhardwaj, and I am the member of Science Club SMU from KMU. And today I have the privilege of talking with you all about the very vast topic that is breast cancer. So I would like to appreciate first of all Arusha, which is our club leader, and all the team who is continuously supported me and my scientific supervisor Nuria ma'am. So this is a program we have launched in which we are directly talking about the med talks. So we would like to take various topics. So for today we have many goals like learning awareness, like learning many medical topics, and also we would like to ask if you have any queries, and if you want to make us deliver any further topic, you can comment below and how you like or not. So first of all, today's our topic is breast cancer, since we have World Cancer Day on 4th of February. So we'll start with what is breast. Breast is a modified sweat gland. We know it is lying at the level of C5 or C6. So breast has many lobules inside it. And these lobules, when they connect, they form a tiny ducts. And these ducts then form the nipples, which we see outside of the body of a female. And any cancer or any condition arising from all these conditions can give rise to breast cancer. So we'd like to see what is a breast cancer. Breast cancer, as we say, it is when any abnormal growth from either duct, we have talked, either nipples or either lobules, it can give rise to a cancerous condition which we known as breast cancer. So why we are talking on this topic, since you can clearly see the data on the presentation. So breast cancer is such common that it is the second most common cancer in the world after cervical cancer. And if we talk about in our country, India, it is the most common cancer. It is 1 in every 8 females. And if we talk about males also, if it is 1 in every 1,000 males present. So first of all, we look at the types of breast cancer. So breast cancer can be first ductal type. That we have talked about ducts in the breast. We have talked about lobules that are forming tiny ducts. So now we can see if the cancer arises from these ducts, it is known as ductal cancer of the breast. And if it is involving the surrounding areas, it is known as invasive cancer of duct. Second is lobular cancer. If the cancer is involving the lobules of the breast, it is known as lobular cancer of the breast. And if it is also involving surrounding areas, it is known as invasive lobular cancers. Now we look at metastatic cancer. As the name is indicating, metastasis means when there is involvement to different tissues surrounding the breast also, means the cancer has involved many other structures. Now we look at our topic, what are the signs by which you can assume as a young lady that you are having a breast cancer. First is lumps. You can clearly see lumps are areas you can palpate easily. We'll talk later how we have to palpate or how you can palpate. So we can clearly see that you can have lumps in your breast. These are the earliest signs of having a breast cancer. Second is change in shape and size of your breast. A female should look at her breast and see that both breasts are at same level, or is there any something deformities at her level of nipples, or they are pulling inside or outside. You can clearly see what changes in the nipples can we see. We can have nipples retracted, or we can have nipples like retraction of nipples is simple, that we can clearly see how the nipples, it should be normal and that should be retracted case. You can clearly see skin changes. In skin changes of the breast, we know this as dimples on the breast. Dimples on the breast is due to when there is cancer at the suspensory ligament of Cooper. The suspensory ligament of Cooper is a ligament that is holding the breast. If there is cancer at this ligament, it can cause dimpling at the breast. So this is another condition involving the skin that is known as powdery orange. It is showing the involvement of skin in the breast due to blockage of subdermal lymphatics, and breast appears like orange peel. So what are the risk factors at which a person is having when we talk about breast cancer? There are many risks, like you can see old age, obese person, alcohol, early menarche, late menopause, and there are overweight, family history, and the most common gene associated, as we know, is BRCA1 and BRCA2 for breast cancer. So how we have to screen for breast cancer? First is by self-examination. Self-examination is very important. We'll talk in next slide how we have to self-examine on the lumps present on our breast. Second is, so how we have to do self-examination? So for self-examination we have three ways. Either we have dial clock method, we have vertical striping, we have horizontal striping. So now we will look at how to do self-examination of the breast. So see, first the female need to stand in front of a mirror. So every female should undergo self-examination of the breast. She should stand in front of a mirror. Then she should put both her hands on her waist. Now she should look at her breast size, level of her nipples. Now she should, as you can clearly see on the screen also, she should look which nipples is at higher level, which at lower level. Now she should pull both her hands up, and we should look inflammation in any of the breast, or we should also look that either her nipples are retracted, pulling up or pulling down. Now you can also see while she is taking a shower, she should put a soap on her hand, soap on her breast. It increases the sensitivity, and she should now examine. So it is very clear that the left breast is examined by right hand and the right breast is examined by left hand. It should be very clear. She should take at 3 fingers, and 3 fingers she should take pulp of these 3 fingers, and by these 3 fingers she should examine her breast. She should come from the periphery to the center and check or feel if there is any lump or any swelling present inside her breast. So now she should feel for any lump, or she should, if she is feeling any lump, she should go for next screening method, which we look now is mammography. So this is mammography. In general, it is X-ray of the breast. It should be done only in ladies who are more than 40 years of age, because in ladies or girls who are less than 40 years of age have more of glandular tissue that appears white, and the lumps or something also appears white. So it should only be done in females who are more than 40 years of age. Third is ultrasonogram of breast. It should be done only in pregnant ladies to differentiate solid versus cystic lesions, and also ladies below 40 years. Now this is FNAC. It is immunohistochemistry, fine needle aspiration cytology. We'll use 23 to 30 gauge needles. We try to take out some part from the breast and look for any pathology, sent to pathologist and look if there is any type of abnormal growth inside the breast. Now the investigation of choice, as we talked earlier, is excisional biopsy. In this excisional biopsy, we take a true cut biopsy gun. We excise the abnormal tissue. We try to find out from the pathologist if there is any type of cells. Like giving you example, there is pathologist can find popcorn calcification, which is a suggestive of fibroadenoma, or he can find ductectasia and many conditions on that by pathologist. So now this is a grading of breast cancer. Breast cancer is graded on the basis of size. You can clearly see either the size is 1 to 5 mm or 5 to 10 mm, 10 to 15 mm, or if it is more than maybe 50 mm. So these are several grades on which the breast cancer is further divided. So there is vast area of treatment modalities. We can have surgery, radiation therapy, chemotherapy. We can have even targeted therapy that is recently advanced, and it is very useful in these cancers. If we look at surgical treatment, first is lumpectomy. Since we have talked that the lump is most common in young ladies which at earlier stages diagnosed with breast cancer. So lumpectomy means removal of that lump. So by surgery we will remove the lump and a small portion of surrounding tissue. This is simple mastectomy. Mastectomy means removal of the breast, and in simple mastectomy we will remove entire breast. Third is modified radical mastectomy. In modified radical mastectomy we will remove the breast along with the lymph nodes also, since we know that lymph nodes are also present near our breast. Fourth is mastectomy with reconstruction. This is most common surgery because it is also done in young ladies or the ladies who do not want to, we can say that they want to regain their shape of the breast. So in mastectomy with reconstruction, what your surgeon will do is that he or she will raise the flap. Flap can be raised two ways. Either he can raise latissimus dorsi muscle flap from back sides, or he can raise rectus abdominis, means he will try to cover the area of breast which has been cutted by these two muscle areas. Now there is sentinel lymph node biopsy. First we need to understand what is sentinel lymph node. Sentinel lymph node is the first draining lymph node in any cancer. So sentinel lymph node, how to identify? So we'll identify, we will inject 1 to 1.5 cc of isosulfan blue dye in the periareolar region of our leg. We'll massage this area, wait for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will see blue colored lymph nodes. These are all sentinel lymph nodes. We need to cut them because these are also caused and they can further metastasize. So we need to cut them. Radiation therapy, as we know, can be given from two ways. Either we can have partial breast radiation or whole breast radiation, based on the size, based on the age of female, and based on what stage or what grade the cancer she is having. Now we have chemotherapy. So in chemotherapy we have neoadjuvant chemotherapy, which means chemotherapy before surgery. So in this we will start with 5-fluorouracil, cyclophosphamide and adriamycin in the female, which are given in 6 cycles each. So the main function of this neoadjuvant chemotherapy is to shrink the tumor before we need to do a surgery for that cancer. So hormonal therapy, as we talk, hormonal therapy can be given by tamoxifen. Tamoxifen has a proven that it can reduce the risk of breast cancer by 47%. It is highly effective in cases of breast cancer females. Also, if the female is after menopause, we can have give him like anastrozole, lestrozole, which are aromatase inhibitors, since we know that aromatase is an enzyme that is metabolizing the hormone estrogen, and you can clearly conclude that breast cancer is a hormone-derived cancer, mainly arises from estrogen only. Now this is the latest and new targeted therapy. As we can see on the molecular basis of breast cancer classification, we have HER2 new positive breast cancer, we have luminal A, luminal B, triple positive, triple negative. So now, like given an example like trastuzumab drug or Herceptin, it works directly against the HER2's new receptor and therefore preventing the breast cancer. So that's all. If you have any questions, you can leave me. And by this Med Talks, we will try to cover new topics every week. Thank you very much.